Wie singt man das? Bandhu Sange Yani Tava Ranga Parihas Bandhu Sange Yani Tava Ranga Parihas Bandhu Sange Yani Tava Ranga Parihas Bandhu Sange Yani Tava Ranga
Aber theoretisch sind ja alles auch dort wohnen, wo Herzfehler. Dann wird das Nähe zum.
Wir haben noch einen Heuschuh, da muss man das Heu reinlegen.
Was denn?
Ja, über dem Holz, da ist was ein Stück, ein Holzding. Nur was Roh reinlegen.
Diese eine Frau, die war mit dem kleinen Mädchen, ne? Die lebt von Hartz IV und hat eine Wohnung, könnte das.
Eine Wohnung?
Ja, also ein Zimmer.
Was will ich sagen?
Zahlen.
Aber die Wohnungspreise müssen niederlassen. Wenn die nichts anderes haben, dann zahlen die auch Hotel. Dann bezahlen die auch Hotel. Das ist so gleich für Hotel.
Und wie teuer sind die?
Ich weiß nicht.
Im Monat, ich habe mal gefragt.
Weiß nicht.
Ich weiß noch nicht mehr. Pro Tag 60 Euro. Das ist kein Monatspreis.
Nee, eben.
Monatspreis weniger.
Dann ist
Pro
das
Tag 60 Euro, das wäre 1800 im Monat.
ja, das ist ja,
Das kann man nicht
das ist ja ein günstiger Monat, ist immer erheblich
Ja,
weniger.
das ist doppelt so. Ich las mal für meine Schwester gehört. Was hat sie mich gefragt? Was ist das?
Also, eine Sache ist, wenn du Zimmer mietest dort.
Ja, nee, die sagt, wenn ich immer mit für einen Monat, ist ja günstiger.
Ist ja
Das
das
wäre
andere.
600 Euro im Monat.
Vielleicht.
Nein, das ist auf alle Fälle immer günstiger. Das ist ja nicht ein Tagespreis. Das ist anders. Aber am Tagespreis 16 Euro.
Jaya Yashodanandana Krishna Gopala Govinda Jaya Jaya Yashodanandana Krishna Gopala Govinda Jaya Yashodanandana Krishna Gopala Govinda Jaya Madana Mohana Hare Ananta Mukunda Jaya Jaya Madana Mohana Hare Ananta Mukunda Jaya Jaya Yashodanandana Krishna Gopala Govinda Jaya Yashodanandana Krishna Gopala Govinda Achyuta Madhava Rama Vrindavan Chandra Jaya Achyuta Madhava Rama Vrindavan Chandra Varivadana Sama Gopi Chanananda Varivadana Sama Gopi Chanananda Gopi Jaya Yashodanandana Krishna Gopala Govinda Yasodananda Krishna Gopala Govinda Gopala Govinda Jaya Gopala Govinda Gopala Govinda Jaya Gopala Govinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna, Hare Krishna, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य भगवान नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्रीमद मायापुराण की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गोपवदन द्वादशमनात्मक श्री भत्समंदर की जय श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद मन गंगा तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय कंठ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय बृहद मृदंग की जय अनंत कुक्ति वैष्णविंद की जय श्री गौर प्रेमानंदे
Beide, oder? Beide? Vergesst Lebensstil.
Der Nachtzug muss hier werden.
Durch.
Es sind noch nur 4 Grad Hosen.
Ja, das war's. Ich war vorhin rausgegangen. Ach so, ja, ja. Einigermaßen warm, sonst der Sonne. Die ist es.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur-unmilitam yena tasmai Shri-Gurave Namah. Gurave Gurachandaya Ratikaya Tadari Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktayo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Pema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratishe Namaham. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostutim. Tapta Kancana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutte Devi Panamami Haripim. Bhaktya Vihina Aparadalakshay Ksiptasya Kamadi Tarangamatte Kipamaitang Saranang Papana Prinde Namaste Charanarvindam. Yang Bravatantamanopeta Nopeta Katyang Tvaipayano Viharakatara Atuhavo Potteti Tanmayataya Taravo Vinedus Tang Savabhuta Ridayang Munimanatosmi. Vanchakalpatarubhyassa Kipasan Hupaivatam Paditanam Pavanipyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaham. We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 6, Shloka number 40 and 41. Vishuddham Kevalam Jnanam Vishuddham Kevalam Jnanam Vishuddham Kevalam Jnanam Pratyak Samyak Avastitam Pratyak Samyak Avastitam Pratyak Samyak Avastitam Satyam Purnam Anadi Antam Satyam Purnam Anadyantam Satyam Purnam Anadyantam Nirgunam Nityam Advayam Nirgunam Nityam Advayam Nirgunam Nityam Advayam Rishe Vidanti Munaya Rishe Vidanti Munaya Rishe Vidanti Munaya Brashanta Atma Indriya Asaya Brashantatmendriya Asaya Brashantatmendriya Asaya Yada Tat Eva Asat Takai Yada Tat Eva Sat Takais Yada Tat Eva Sat Takai Tiraha Dieta Viplutam Stirotiyeta Viplutam Stirotiyeta Viplutam. So, translation by Srila Prabhupada. The personality of Godhead is pure, being free from all tinges, from all contamination of material tinges. He is the absolute truth and the embodiment of full and perfect knowledge. He is all-pervading, without beginning or end, and without any rival. O Narad, O great sage, the great thinkers can know him when completely freed from all mature hankerings and when sheltered under undisturbed conditions of the senses. Otherwise, by untenable arguments, all is distorted and the Lord disappears from our sight. So, ja. So. Here, Narada, he is asking Lord Brahma about the Supreme Lord. Lord Brahma is answering. Lord Brahma has explained that he cannot know, it's not impossible to know the Supreme Lord. Why? Because he is unlimited. He is Anadi, Antam. Means he is without any beginning, without any end. He is Purnam, he is fully complete. He is always Nirguna, beyond his material modes. And he is Kevala Jnanam. He is the one knowledge. Even though it seems God appears in many different forms, he is only actually one. Advaya Gyan Paratattva, that is called. That was already explained in the first canto. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yat jnanam advayam prameti paramatmiti bhagavan iti saptyate. Those who know the truth, the absolute truth, they know that God is three. He is Brahman, he is Paramatma, and he is Bhagavan. But he is only one, Advaya Gyan. Advaya Gyan Paratattva, even though he is realized in different aspects, he is only one. So Lord Brahma is saying, my dear son, different persons may know the Lord according to their capacity. It is impossible to know God in full because he is simply unlimited. Even Krishna himself does not know his complete energy, even that. So what to speak of anyone else? So it is not possible for anyone to know the Lord. But still Krishna reveals himself according to the qualification of the person approaching him. Actually, Krishna reciprocates with everyone. Even those who are atheists, then Krishna appears to them in the form of time, which destroys everything. Like that unconquerable, undefeatable time. In this way, God appears to them. So, Narada may ask, how do you know or how do you not know the Lord? So, Lord Brahma is explaining that according to devotees, they can know something about the personality of Godhead. Others who are not devotees, pure devotees, like rishis or munis, they may know the impersonal form of the Lord. But only they can do this after completely purifying their mind and their senses of all conceptions of material distinction. Means coming to the transcendental platform, giving up all attachment to material sense objects. Then it may be able to them to realize the impersonal aspect of God. They may know Brahma. Brahmavadi. Brahmavadi means someone who knows Brahman. That is also not easy. Those who try to understand the impersonal aspect by logic, like many Vedantists, they are studying Shastra by logic, they're trying to negate everything. In this way, it is not possible to realize this Brahma, the impersonal aspect of God. Only, actually, if one is purified by the assistance of bhakti. Even the rishis, jnanis, they have to take some assistance from bhakti to purify themselves without any offense. Then it may be possible that they realize this impersonal aspect of God, the Brahma Jyoti. Otherwise, by material endeavor, this is also not possible. There are many persons, they speak like, oh, I have realized the oneness, like that. But they are offensive against God. So there is only a show, like that. They're not, we see, like Srila Prabhupada giving example, there are many big Mayavadis, impersonalists. They are saying they are realized persons, but then they engage in mature activities, starting to do hospitals or schools or ashrams or traveling around the world and doing talk shows or whatever. So, if they would have realized Brahma, Brahma Bhuta Pasanatmana Shottadina Kangshadi Samasthaveshu Bhutishu, that person, he is completely self-satisfied. He does not need anything. He never asks for anything. He also does not take money for his talk show. So, and he sees all living entities with the same eyes. He is like completely fixed in Brahma. But this is also a rare, this kind of person. Ordinary pious people, how they see God? Or they see God as the supreme Father and also Punisher. If they break His rules, then they will be punished. If they follow His rules, then He will reward them. Controller. Like this, they will see God. They understand God like that. Pure Gyan is actually a Vedic process coming after karma, realizing transcendental knowledge after becoming detached from karma. Real Jnana is a higher platform. But this modern Gyan, impersonalism, this is a kind of, Sakasa. What's that? Sakasa. It's like a dead-end road. You go in, but it leads nowhere. Actually, it's like a disease which is spreading in Kali Yuga. It's like some escape people they take if they don't want to serve God, like that. So this kind of impersonalism, Mayavad, in Kali Yuga is one kind of madness or disease, actually, which was not there in previous ages. So that, of course, that is like an unfortunate position for the living entities that will not help them in any way. So we read the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Here's an estimation of the Lord apart from His transcendental activities in the temporary mature creations. Until now we were speaking how the Supreme Lord, He is doing the creation, how He is present within this world. Now Shukadev Goswami is explaining how He exists beyond this world. Supreme Lord. Mayavad philosophy tries to designate the Lord as contaminated by a material body when he concepts when he accepts forms of incarnation, yes. But in this shloka, this very clearly it is said, he is Vishuddham, he is Nirgunam, he is Purnam, and Nityam, and Advayam. So all these adjectives, they clearly denote that he is not material, the Lord. Like Vishuddha means completely pure, not touched by any material contamination. Nirguna means not completely beyond these material gunas. Nitya means eternal, which is also only possible beyond this material world. Advayam means unchangeable, always one, always the same, which is also not possible in the material things. They always change. And Purnam, he is complete, and he is Satyam, he is the supreme truth, which means is also real truth is not possible in this world also. And without beginning, without end. Everything in this world has beginning and end. So very clearly this shloka describes how actually God is beyond this material existence. Like that. So this sort of interpolation by the Mayavadis that God has a material body when he comes here, this is denied herein by the explanation that the Lord's position is pure and unalloyed in all circumstances. According to Mayavad philosophy, the spirit soul, when covered by ignorance, is designated as jiva. But when freed from such ignorance or nescience, he merges into the impersonal existence of the absolute truth. Yeah. Now we are covered by ignorance, then now we are jiva, but actually we are not jiva, actually we are Brahma. We are God. But now we are covered by ignorance, that's why we are jiva. When we become free from ignorance, then we become Brahma. God, that is their conception, which raises many questions. How can Brahma, which is unlimited and pure and untouched, how it can become contaminated by ignorance? That would mean that ignorance is more powerful than Brahma. If there is not any change in Brahma, how is it possible then it can be overcome by ignorance? That actually, so if you present all this in these questions to Mayavadis, then they will say in the end, oh, you cannot understand, because everything is just illusion. Words are just illusion. You cannot understand by words. You just have to feel the oneness. With other words, although they're speaking so much philosophy, in the end, then they say, oh, it is just words. Because they are defeated in their philosophy, then they come with that excuse, it is just words. But before, speaking a lot of philosophy, trying to convince everyone of their philosophy, so big cheating. How does Brahma want anything? In Brahma there are no desires. So you cannot want anything. Desire means vikar, some change. But in Brahma there's never any vikar, there's never any change. So how can desire come in Brahma?
Then they say that this is only Lila. This is the material Lila also.
Yeah, but why? Why Brahma is doing Lila? That is again the question. If Brahma has no any desire, not any change, then where is this Lila coming from? That means Brahma cannot be one, there must be already two. Like that, Lila and Brahma. Like that. So that argument also is not... and also it is foolish to say we want to suffer in this world, that is our Lila. No one wants to suffer, only a mad person will speak like that. But because Mayavadis are mad, they are speaking like that. They're saying, yes, I enjoy this suffering in this world. I enjoy birth, disease, old age and death. Haribol.
But this is everyone says like this. Anyone. Otherwise they would not do it.
then why they are going to doctor if they are sick? If they enjoy being sick.
Yeah. But now they want to enjoy some of the health.
Okay. So here it is said that the Lord is eternally the symbol of full and perfect knowledge. This is his speciality, perpetual freedom from all material contamination. This distinguishes the Lord from the individual common living entity who have the aptitude for being subordinate by nescience, thus becoming materially designated. So jiva mukto pi prakriti vasayokya svagunataha. This is Dashamula Shiksha. Jiva mukto pi prakriti vasha yogya svagunataha. Even in the liberated state, the jiva is always suitable for being controlled by Maya. Yeah. Even liberated state, the living entity can come under the control of Maya, like that. And this is because the jiva is very, very small, insignificant. So, but God, He is the Lord of Prakriti. He can never come under the control of his Maya, his energy, like that. But the living entities are always under the control of God's energy. They cannot evolve because that is because to their because of their quality of being infinitesimal small. They always have to take shelter of something, living entities. So therefore they are coming under the control of the gunas.
They can come under.
Yeah, but even in the spiritual world, they are also under the control of God's energy.
Yeah.
But in the material world, they are under the control of the material energy. Yeah. So even the jiva mukta, liberated soul, even can come under the control of the material energy. Not if they are in the spiritual world, then not.
But at some point, there's a decision, and some would go to
No.
the material world, and some would go to the spiritual world.
Yeah, you cannot say like that because there's not any point of time like that where you can say at one point they did like that, because this is outside of time. Like for example, someone may become liberated in this life, so to say, by his process of jnana. And again, he may become covered by Maya, by circumstances. Yeah. So in that way, even now, that tatastha position, you can come to that neutral position, like that. So therefore, it is explained like that. There was not any time when we can say, yes, it is said in the beginning, living entity was completely pure, and we made decision to go here and there. But there's no beginning, factually, because we are anadi bahimukh. We are conditioned without any beginning. So you cannot say at this one point, so to say, because there is no point in time with which you can determine for that.
But it's, I understand, I heard, that the jivas, they come from Mahavishnu.
Yes.
At one point.
Not at one point.
But they make the decision,
Yes.
point or not a point, to go to the spiritual world.
Yes.
Or take shelter at the material
And we are doing this decision also now, every moment.
Yes.
So it is like eternally going on, since forever this is going on.
But this is going at that time, so therefore
Not at that time, because there was no time.
so some jivas, they make the decision to go to the spiritual world.
Yes, they are also doing now.
Make the decision to stay in the material world.
We are even doing that now.
Yes, also.
So therefore, we don't say at any
Coming
point.
from Vishnu, that's it.
Yes, we are coming, but you cannot say at one point of time, because this was not in time.
Not at the point of time, but they make the decision to go to the
We are always making that decision.
Yes.
Not only that time, because
You know, they are also
always.
liberated
Yes, it is true. What they're saying is true. I'm not saying that this is wrong, but still, we have to not take this mature concept. There was one point in time when that happened, like that.
They are liberated. That's the point. They are
Not at that point.
not liberated, but they are.
When does this end?
We are like eternal. We says we are anadir bahimuk. We are since without beginning, we are turned away from Krishna.
It is an end, isn't
But
it?
when they come from Mahavishnu, they have not turned away from.
But when did we come? Can you tell if it says anadir bahimuk? We are since time immemorial. We are turned away from Krishna. Then you cannot say at that point we turned away, because there was no. It is forever already like that.
Before beginning, but it has an end.
That is has an end.
I doesn't tell this. I say only that when they come from Mahavishnu, son, it's written that
It is not. It is not. You cannot say when, because when means
I say not when.
a time.
I say not when.
That you said.
But I say that
You said when we came from Mahavishnu,
yes.
but there's no when.
Gurudev told like this. When the jivas come from Mahavishnu, at some point they make the shift.
Yes, it is said like that.
Yes.
It is said like that. But we should understand that was not a point of time. That point may be yesterday. It may be any day. It may be no day, because it is not any point of time.
But you know, at that point, when they come from Mahavishnu, they will not go to the material world. And some, they go to the material world. There's a distinction of the jivas.
But it is.
Some take shelter of the material energy, and some take shelter of the spiritual energy, and go to Vaikuntha, and others go to the material
Yes.
world. That is what I want to say.
Okay.
I have done also this.
Let's leave it up to that. We have made this decision.
100%.
I made a decision, but I'm still not liberated. What's going
But
on?
still, still I need
I
more
made a
time.
decision, I'm still not bound.
You're in the material world.
I don't want
You have made this decision to go to the material world, and now you
You did not make that decision.
go back again. Now you make the decision to go back.
Yes, maybe.
That is clear.
Okay. We see that topic is very tricky, because it's something which cannot be described by words. Because whatever we have in this world is like we are trying to describe by words which are material. We are thinking in terms of time and space, which are also natural. But this decision of the soul to turn away from God. Was neither material, it was neither in the realm of time and space. So therefore, even though it is said like that, it is said at one point we turned away, there was never any point in time where we can say that was the point when we did that, because it was outside of time. We can only think in terms of time. This is our material conditioning, but it's outside of time. Therefore, we should understand, actually, not try too much to go into this ideas. Gurudev also said that. Don't try too much with your brain to understand these things. Just we have to understand.
And more to come out of this.
Yes, we have to understand that right now we can make this decision every moment for Krishna or against Krishna. And if we make the right decision, then we will go in this direction. If we make wrong decision, we will stay in this material world. You cannot do this decision right now completely. This is not possible for you. But step by step, in small steps, we can every day make some decision. And that is why we can go in the right direction at the end. Yes.
There was once you was asked what I do to be born a human.
Yeah.
Actually, I did not nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It means probably I didn't make a choice between spiritual and in this point. I didn't make a choice between spiritual world and Maya.
At which point? At which point?
That I didn't made anything to become a human.
Because as an animal, you cannot make that decision. Animal cannot make a decision. I want to go direction God. I'm going against God. Only human being can make that decision. Therefore, in the animal species, you cannot do anything to elevate yourself. That is the point. You're just following the way of karma.
No, I did nothing to become a human.
Why?
Because you cannot do anything as an animal.
But he has done some sukriti, some karma that Krishna gave to this human form.
No.
Yes.
Everyone gets a human form automatically after some time. Because 8,400,000 forms of life, and we are going in circle around that form. And at one point, by God's mercy, we also get a human form of life. This is from.
Get some sukritis for this.
But only you can do as a human being.
You must have done something.
Only as a human being you can do sukriti, you can do pious activities.
You have been a human already.
So if you are.
400,000 humans formed, and 400,000, it's written in the scriptures, and we have done some sukriti.
If you are in the human form and you do pious activities, then yes, you may be born again in a better position. Also human body in a better position, that may be. But as an animal, you cannot do anything to raise yourself. This is explained by our acharyas. They have said like that. Gurudev used to give that example. What have you done to become human being? Nothing. It's by God's mercy, automatically you got this human form of life. And it is very rare. It is very special. Therefore now use that. Otherwise you will lose the chance again. You will go forever in the cycle of birth and death. This is from our acharyas, this example. Like that. But not as an animal. You have not done anything. You maybe have been a human being in your last life. You did some pious activities, definitely. But mostly those who got the human form of life, they had not done anything. By the mercy of God, in the evolution of the species, at one point they get this human form of life. Like that. And we may go back again forever, rotate. Not forever, but for almost ever.
But then you get a human form also, and then you make some sukritis and some...
Maybe not.
And this will also bring you to the human form again.
Maybe not.
Also.
Even if you do some pious activities, but you're only using it for punya, means for material result, then this will be exhausted after some time. It is not that automatically after getting human body, you will again get a human body. There's no guarantee. You may go down back again in this cycle of birth. We are the best example. We have been in this cycle of birth and death forever, since time immemorial. And we are rotating everything. We have done all species of life, not one time. Many times we go into that. So what was the use of our pious activities before? If we are again going down to all species like that. You can understand.
When you make these pious activities, this will be like nothing after some time. You will have heavenly planets, and then your good karma is burned, down, and then you have like nothing.
Yes.
And then you again go inside
Yes. Only if you have spiritual Sukriti. But the spiritual Sukriti actually, beginning, this is explained in Jaiva Dharma, beginning of the spiritual Sukriti also is not your own credit like that. It also happens by mercy or chance, if you want like that. The beginning of Prakriti. Like that, this is explained by Babaji Maharaj. Somehow, by any mercy, we met a devotee, or we circumambulated Tulasi, or something like that, or we spoke holy name. And in this way, we're getting some Sukriti, and then from that point on, we will make more Sukriti. Gradually, our faith deepens. But if we want, we can change also our Sukriti against good karma. Then again, gone. So, no. Question.
Means all jivas, when they come out from Mahavishnu, they all it is equal.
And in the beginning, it is said like that. In beginning, because there was no beginning, the spiritual living entity was completely pure. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he explains this very in detail in the Vaishnavas and Brahmanas, in that book. He says, at that time the living entity was not in Maya, because it was completely pure, like liberated platform. But he also did not have any desire to serve God. So he was in like a neutral position. He was not in Maya, he was also not in ignorance, but he also had no desire to serve God. But the living entity by its nature is always active. Can never be inactive. So therefore, the soul wants to do something. And if they cannot serve God, or does not want to serve God, then he will think about other activities. Which means material activities. Imitating God. Like that. At that time it is covered by Maya at that time. So that is how they explained how this works. But you cannot say this happened at any point of time like that. Because it was outside of time. So don't try to understand by brain. Not possible. This is like, we can understand this, not need to apply this concept of time there. We should understand even now. Even now I can purify myself so much that I'm like not contaminated by Maya. No? By austerities, by chanting mantras, by doing jnana and yoga, other things. I can become so pure that I'm completely free from material contamination. Brahma-bhuta stage. But as long as I have not been empowered by Svarup Shakti, by the spiritual energy coming from the spiritual world, as long as the mood of the inhabitants of the spiritual world, that love for Krishna does not come in my heart, every moment I can again become covered by Maya, because just being pure does not mean that I want to serve God. The desire to serve Krishna may not be there. So therefore no need to employ this aspect of time, but just think like that. Even now, I can make this decision. Every moment we have this possibility to make our decision towards God or towards Maya, like that. But this desire to serve Krishna, it is coming by the mercy of Krishna's associates from the spiritual world. Krishna is sending them down in this world, and by their mercy they're giving the seed of Krishna Seva-Vasana, this desire to serve Krishna. And when this desire sprouts in the heart, and we cultivate that, then we will go beyond this neutral stage. Then we will be empowered by the spiritual energies, Svarup Shakti, then we will not fall down again. Then we will have a taste and experience spiritual happiness. We will have relationship with Krishna. At that time, we will not fall down again in this material existence.
Which means I'm doing my duty and thus the finish.
Yeah, detached way, simply for purification.
This is neutral.
Yes.
This is not neutral.
One is the best position in this world, but it is not enough to get free from this world like that.
And they will go up or down.
So, I did not think that we come in this but we come to such like intricate problems and philosophy.
I say that it's a special time. What I want to say before, that it's a special conscious what you have.
Yes,
And
it is
then
consciousness.
you decide if you like to go to the material world or to the spiritual.
Yes, this is proper. I know. I just want to make that point that difficult with the material mind, because that's how people always get confused, with that. Normally, you think you read these things. Yes, it is explained. Living entities is like a sharp sword, and the mustard seeds, they're falling down on the edge, and some falling this side, some falling that side. Some decide I go in direction spiritual world, some go. Then one starts thinking, okay, there was one time, then I was a mustard seed and I fell down from the body of Mahavishnu and I jumped to that side because I wanted that. These are all... Yes, but the problem is that we are applying material ideas on this concept, which is wrong.
My conscience told me I want to go to the material and all the spiritual. It's my conscience.
No, it's your conscience.
Yes.
But who must bring you this conscience?
It's not that someone said you have
Now
to
we
go
have
to
it.
spiritual energy.
Okay.
And what is so guilty to that you come here? That's yourself. Yourself are guilty. Yourself are guilty. Because you choose it. You choose it yourself.
Whose fault is it? Yeah, it is this old this doubts topic coming like that. Of course, you can say God made me like this, so it's God's fault. God made this system like that, so it's His fault. But devotee cannot say like that. This Babaji says this at this point. Because Brajanath, he is doing this challenge also. He is saying also, trying by his logic to explain that somehow God is also responsible for that, for your free will, God is also responsible. But Babaji says the devotee cannot think like that. Like someone who is against God, he will always think like that. And we always find an excuse why God is fault. You can, it is like that.
Free will, and we have at any point free will.
But
To choice. And that's the point. As a human, you have the choice. When you're only like material matter, you have no choice. But we are more than matter.
that is, look, Brajanath, that maybe, but Brajanath Prabhu, he is making that point in Jaivadharma. He's saying, but that I will do this choice, that also God made me like that. Like that. So this is, then Babaji says, yes, this is also God's Leela. It is also Krishna's Leela, God's Leela, that He made some souls who turn away from Him, so that He can give mercy to them. Then Brajanath saying, okay, so then God, He wants to see me suffer so that He can deliver me. Like that. And then Babaji says, oh Baba, how can you say like that? Krishna is so merciful and sweet and loving. It's not possible to think like that. But point is that all these things, like, they are beyond our intellectual capacity. And a devotee, he will always think it is my fault. That is why Dinabandhu is devotee, complete devotee. Because he cannot even think that Krishna might be at fault. But someone who is against God, he will always find an excuse why God is fault. That is the point. One time there was one girl from Switzerland. She came to Gurudev and she's starting exactly this argument she gave, saying, but Krishna made us like that. And Gurudev very kindly tried to explain that you are yourself, you made this decision, you are responsible. And she said, but God, why did God make me like that? Why he made this world like that? He could have done it in a different way. Then finally Gurudev just told her, yeah, I think you have to suffer some more. That was his answer. And then why? Because you are too much proud, too much puffed up. And you think you can criticize God. We have no right to criticize God for anything, because we are only existing by His mercy. Whatever position He wants to give us, it is His right, His decision, because we are His parts. He can do whatever He wants. And He made us the way we are, and He is very merciful because He wants to help us. He has given us this free choice, which is a very beautiful and precious jewel. We are not robots, who are like put in one position without any choice. God gave us this jewel of free, independent desire, which is His great, wonderful mercy. And He is very kind and loving and wants to help us like that. So devotee, he will think like that. Yes. Okay, so we did not read much of the purport, but this is a very interesting subject. Any more questions?
How does it work when I now decide I want to go to Krishna?
This is then you will get up for Mangala Arati. And then you will take your bead bag and start chanting Hare Krishna without your smartphone. Go Premanande. And Putinak. Go Premanande Hare Krishna. Jai Satchidanand Jaya Gaura Hari Satchidanand Jaya Gaura Hari Jai Satchidanand Jaya Gaura Hari Satchidanand Jaya Gaura Hari Kiva Jaya
Narayana Samvat ki jai. Nitya Bhushu Srimad Saraswata Sisi Bhaktivinoda Bhavani Samvat ki jai. Nitya Bhushu Srimad Saraswata Sisi Bhaktivinoda Sivikama Samvat ki jai. Nitya Bhushu Srimad Saraswata Sisi Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Paramahamsa Sri Go Krishnadas Kaviraj Das Bhagavatam Prabhu ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Gata Raghunath Jiva Vijaya Gata Dasta Vijaya Krishna Prabhu ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Gata Raghunath Jiva Vijaya Gata Dasta Vijaya Krishna Prabhu ki jai. Ramacharya Seva Ashram ki jai. Vemsa Kavachi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Radha Krishna, Gopa Gopi.
Radha Krishna, Gopa Gopi, Govardhan, Mata Shivatman ki jai. Shyama Kunda, Radha Kunda, Yamuna Bhagavata Rasa Bhakti Devi ki jai. Sivarita Vishaka Chakri Vinna ki jai. Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Shivatman Sangha ki jai. China Chinna Bhagavan ki jai. Bhakta Bhavasi Paratmavat ki jai. Shyama Sampradaya ki jai. Shyama Sasitanamad ki jai. Aradam Sankirtan ki jai. Bhakta Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavina ki jai. Samagata Bhakta Vina ki jai.